So we were asking how many cubic centimeters in 1.2 liters. And so I have 1.2 liters that I start with over here. And since liters is what I want to get rid of, I put liters in the denominator and I figure out what goes in the numerator based on that. So there's 1 liter for 1 decimeter cubed, or 0.1 meter cubed. And then now I'm going to be, so now that eliminates my liters, but I'm in meters cubed and I want this centimeters cubed. So I've got to get rid of meters up here. So 1 meter cubed equals, well, for each meter, so I could look at this as a parentheses around here, 1 meter cubed. For each meter, okay, I rewrote that, 1 meter cubed. For each meter, we have 100 centimeters. That whole thing has to be cubed too. So now, this cancels with this meter cubed. This meter cubed cancels with this meter cubed. We're left with only centimeters. So what I have to do then is calculate the 1.2 times 0.1 times 100 equals, and so yes, I had to actually add the cubes over here. So it's 1.2 times 0.1 cubed times 100 cubed. And if I do the math here, this turns out to be, let's reduce this, 1200 centimeters cubed. Okay, so we can use this approach to handle all conversions. Suppose I have 21 kilometers and I want to figure out how many feet there are here. Well, go on the internet and I figure out that 1 foot equals 0.3048 feet. No, 0.3048 meters. And that's a good place to start. So 21 kilometers. What do we got going here? So got to get rid of kilometers. So I got 1 kilometer, and let's turn that into meters first, since this is what we know, since we know this information. Let's turn this into meters. So I know that 1,000 meters per kilometer, and that will end up canceling this for us. So now we're in meters, and I have this. So now your question of do I multiply, do I divide by 0.3048? Well, you don't really have to concern yourself. You just set this up because you know you have to have meters on the bottom here. So 0.3048 meters per 1 foot up here. And now it's just a matter of doing the math. So you got 21 times 1,000 divided by 0.3048, and 68,000 round it, 898 feet. So say it's approximately, we'll round it up, 68,898 feet. Okay, so like I was saying, we can do this with any conversion. Suppose I have this problem. Okay, so this problem, we have wicked witches, wicked spelled correctly, wicked witches have on average three warts per nose, and each nose has on average 10 hairs. So we're looking at these conversion ideas. We have 3 warts per nose, and we have 10 hairs per wart. So the question is, how many hairs on the noses of 37 witches? Okay, so let's do the same thing. 37 witches. We know that one witch has one nose. We're going to make that assumption. One witch has one nose. Cancels our witches. Now our noses. We know that one nose has 3 warts. That'll lose our noses now. And finally, one wart. Any wart has 10 hairs. So this is 37 times 3 times 10, or 30 times 37 equals, I think it's 1,110 hairs. So that was just a general problem. And that's where we're going to end chapter 6. So now you can take your practice test and you're all set.